fuck it. I'm just going to go live, and then we'll deal with whatever the fuck is going on afterwards. All right.
Michelangelo.
What up, hip hop? What up, hip hop? Welcome to another episode of the Culture Club Radio live on TikTok. I was supposed to be going live with the client, actually, I shouldn't even call him a client. He's my cousin, Demetrius Smith, but due to some complications, we had to reschedule that for another time. That's cool because I've been listening to a lot of music and I got a bunch of reviews to do. So, once again, shout out to @Genie of Basketball. We probably gonna reschedule it for either next week or the week after that. That's cool. Once again, what we're gonna be talking about on that podcast is athletic brands, because as a lot of you may know, these young men can now really make money off of their names, even before getting to the NBA, or not everybody makes it to the NBA. So there's other ways for athletes to make money off of their name and their likeness and what they bring to the table as an athletic brand. So we're going to talk about that. But today, what I want to talk about is, one, I've listened to some music, listened to a couple projects, finally listened to King's Disease 2. Very tasty. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Listen to Big Crit's new project. That was great. Listen to some Dame Dollar. That was also pretty dope. I actually wanted to talk about that with Demetrius, but we'll talk about that the next time. And then I got a chance to listen to Donda. I haven't listened to Certified Lover Boy yet, but I have listened to Donda, and I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on that. We also are going to be talking about. I had prepared to be talking about brands anyways today. So instead of talking about like athletic brands, I'm going to talk about just creative brands in general. And, you know, going through that. Shout out to everybody who tuning into the live on TikTok. Make sure y'all follow me on all of my social media accounts. I'm Michelangelo of Hip Hop at Michelangelo of Hip Hop on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It is Be Hustle Minded. Also follow the show, The Culture Club Radio, on Facebook, Instagram. Twitter is For the Culture Club. Also on TikTok at Michelangelo of Hip Hop. So, shout out to Latia Womack, Crazy 009J, or 09J, my bad. I'm seeing double and shit. But once again, appreciate everybody who tune in live. Main reason why I do these lives is so that I can get an easy video, record of the show and then upload it to YouTube. I got 4 episodes from this season up on YouTube right now. Make sure you go to YouTube at the Culture Club Radio. There, give your boy a like, follow, and subscribe. Click the bell so you can be notified whenever I post anything up. All that good stuff, right? So, let's start with the meat and potatoes of what we're gonna be talking about today. First, let's go into music reviews, right? Let me get the elephant out the room. All right, I listened to Donda, right? A lot of people. Kanye, first, this was supposed to be Return of Old Kanye, which I never understood what that was supposed to mean in the first place. And it wasn't. I don't think that's because I genuinely believe that Kanye was not ready to release this yet. Not from like, oh, he needed better features and stuff like that. It's just certain engineering decisions that was made on it. You can tell that this wasn't a finished project. Either that, or a lot of people say, y'all don't understand Kanye's creativeness. Okay, cool. It didn't work. But it's not as bad as a lot of people are making it out to seem, though. It's not. I think a lot of it has to do, it is a gospel rap album. And I think at this point, we got to believe Kanye when he says he is more of a gospel rap artist. That's what he does now. So I was expecting Donda to have a lot of religious overtones and stuff, especially because this is supposed to be an album where he did a tribute to his mom. Shout out to Dazed Bat 407. How you doing, bruh? How you doing? I'm doing good. Been listening to a lot of music. Welcome to the Culture Club Radio, where we talk about, hip hop and the hip hop culture, as well as, hip hop industry and business and stuff. So, if you are watching live and you want to participate and you got questions and stuff, add to the little, I don't know if you see it down at the bottom, there's a little question thingy. Drop your question in. That way, it doesn't get shooed away in the chat. I'll be able to go to it, see it. It'll stay right on my screen, and I'll be able to address it directly. But as far as the content of it, it's a solid album. Not everything worked. There's a few tracks where I'm like, that wasn't good. And it just, not even just because it didn't sound finished, it just didn't sound good. I think the features, a lot of people say, oh, those features didn't come through. The features was great. Baby King was great. Jay-Z was great. I'm trying to remember who all else was on this project. It's a bunch of stuff that sounded great to me. So a lot of people shitting on it like, no, it wasn't College Dropout. If y'all was expecting College Dropout, y'all played yourselves to begin with. Y'all set yourselves up. Thank you to everybody giving likes and joining in. Days Bat 407, Creamy _220. Really appreciate that. So, yeah. I don't think it was as bad as people made it seem. Did it sound like a finished project to me? Nope. I think we probably had, realistically, a lot of the unfinished stuff, they could have taken out. I know they really wanted to put the Pop Smoke feature on, right? But I can hear the bleed through from the headphones. You know what I mean? From where you can definitely tell he was rapping to a drill beat and not that piano sample that he did, that piano loop that he had going. I get what you were going for, but it doesn't seem like, and a lot of it could have been just cleaned up with some editing, some you could have cleaned it up, and it didn't quite match with what was there. It never quite felt like a full song. It just felt like a loop with a vocal sample slapped on top of it. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Because I don't identify as a Christian, a lot of the lyrics didn't resonate with me as much as other stuff, but I know that's more of a personal thing, so I can't really judge it on its lyrical content. But I mean, as far as bars go, I think that it was a few times where Kanye actually impressed me with bars. I ain't gonna lie. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about the Andre 3 Stacks Life of the Party thing that got leaked. Thank you, Blitz 8547 says you're a vibe. I really appreciate that. Once again, if y'all are listening live to this, follow me on TikTok. I often go live on TikTok with the Culture Club now because it's a great way for me to just get my video content. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because Andre 3000 made a statement, because this was leaked because Kanye made some diss. He addressed Drake directly on his track. But 3 Stacks say that's not what that song was, because especially if you listen to Andre 3000 verse, he was talking specifically to Donda as reference to his mother who passed away in 2013, which could be a lot of people will say is a direct mark to where we saw 3 Stacks kind of just disappear. At least he was giving us features and stuff. But it's all good. But yeah, I just got a message from Demetrius right now. All right, I'll get back to him. It's all good. I might still just record that today and then release that the next week afterwards if I can get in contact with him later. So stay tuned. If I can, I will let y'all know. I'll probably put a video up letting y'all know I'm just doing a double live, and then we'll continue on and we'll go from there. But yeah, and first off, if y'all don't already know, 3 Stacks is my favorite rapper. If you've heard any of my music here on TikTok, or if you've heard any of my music on Spotify or anything else, make sure y'all check your boy out. Smoke Buddy, my single out. Fire one up with y'all, Smoke Buddy, and really enjoy the relationships you have in front of you. But anyways, yeah, so Andre 3 Stacks gave us a verse, man. It's a gem. It is a gem, especially as somebody, I lost my father this year. Some of the stuff that he said, I don't know. 3 Stacks is the only person who really do that to me. If y'all have questions and stuff and you want me able to get to them, put them into the little question section and I will address them directly. That way, I got bad ADHD, and I will forget what the fuck I was talking about. But I do want to finish that, and then I'll come back to your question. I see Blitz8547. If you can put what's your favorite song? If you can put that into the question thing, and I'll be able to come back and get back to it, so I can finish what I was saying about the Donda track. But Andre 3000, right? He said, the verse that he heard from Kanye wasn't a diss to Drake. I don't know if that happened afterwards, what influenced him to change it, and it sucks when that happens. It really does. It sucks when that happens because, man, especially as an artist, the reason why Andre don't give verses to everybody. He don't. Even if you pay him, you know what I mean? He don't just give verses to everybody. And he wanted to be part of this project. He understood the vision and the assignment that it was supposed to be, and he participated in it. You feel me? And then he changed it, and then it ended up getting cut because of the tones and the language that was used and how he wanted it to be clean. Right, and understanding how he felt about it. A lot of the stuff Andre 3000 has been talking about as far as what it feels like to be an artist and be in the industry, I think is what a lot of people need to hear and see. Okay. I'll come back to that. Shout out to EEKKA0. I miss Andre 3000. Yeah, it be like that. It be like that, right? But yeah, so it sucks that that this album is being tied to a beef as well, which is something Andre addressed. He said he hate that the song was released at the height of like a beef, which distracts from the message that he was trying to put in his artwork. Which a lot of these unnecessary, pissing contest beefs, they do distract from what the music is supposed to be. I hate the idea that I was supposed to listen to that and then go into Certified Lover Boy immediately afterwards and be like, all right, which one of these albums is better? Because I don't feel like anything that happens in Certified Lover Boy will change my opinion of what Donda was. I can't unhear it. You know what I mean? As what it was. But yeah, that's my whole take on Donda. I was expecting, I came in with no expectations because I really hadn't been wowed by Kanye, artistically. I'm leaving it in too. Because it also, I guess that makes sense. But artistically, I haven't really vibed with Kanye West. But I will admit, there was some bars in there that Kanye gave me that I'm like, all right, yeah, there you go. So, I mean, it's better than what I expected it to be already. With that have been said, first let me answer this question real quick. What is your favorite song? Blitz 8547, that's what he asked. What is my favorite song? I'm assuming that's in reference to Andre 3000. If that's the case, I ain't gonna lie. As far as a Andre 3000 like an Outkast track or something like that, it's probably gonna be um, Royal Flush. The verse he gave me in that was just ridiculous. As far as a like an Outkast song or something like that, like a full Outkast song, Bombs Over Baghdad. Just listen to that shit for a second. My favorite song in general. Now you just playing too much. I listen to too much music. I do too much music. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's what they say. I don't mess with Kanye like that, and I didn't like the Drake. I'm gonna check it out for myself and see how I feel about it. I know a lot of people really. I don't expect artists to be great people. I don't. I don't expect artists to be great people. I know that art comes from places of expression, right? And people you don't like can make things that allow you to understand who they are, and you can still not like them and like the artwork that represents who they are. You get what I'm saying? Just like I can still. I think R. Kelly's a terrible person. I do. From just the fact that I saw the tape myself. That was him. And he did a terrible thing in that tape. I didn't watch the whole tape. I didn't watch the girl get molested. I don't know why a lot of people wanted to see a girl get molested. The reason why I saw the tape was because I didn't pop it in. I walked up like, what the fuck is y'all watching? They was watching an R. Kelly tape, and I saw this man, and I'm like, oh, that is R. Kelly. That's definitely him. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, why are we sitting there watching this? And that's a whole different thing. But nonetheless, he's a terrible person for the things that he has done. 12 Play's still a great album. It's not going to stop that from being a great album. You know what I mean? Like, I can separate the two. That's how I see it. I don't know everything about the Drake situation because I also am fully aware that the information that I receive on TV is there for entertainment purposes, not for truth-finding purposes. So I can't, as far as I know, this is all television programming until I see otherwise. You get what I'm saying? But so I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see how I feel about it. It is what it is, yo. Other things I listen to: King's Disease 2. Oh yes, very good. A solid project, man. I took too long to listen to this. I took too long. Mo Clutch, what up? How you doing, love? Thank you for tuning into my live. This is the Culture Club Radio where I talk hip hop. I'm talking about all the different albums and stuff that I've listened to. If you missed anything that I talked about before, you can find this podcast. It'll be uploaded to Spotify, Facebook, all the other things. So, I'm doing great. Working on my show, getting it going. You feel me? Anyways, yeah. King's Disease 2. Let's start off with Hit Boy. You put this together. You understood the assignment. You knew what you were dealing with. What Nas was gonna bring to you lyrically. What you could get out of Nas. Tonally. It's great, top to bottom. You hear it, you immediately are able to address it as a quality Nas project. And he talked this shit too. He talked a lot about how he understands where he stands in the pantheon of great MCs. So a lot of people's opinion of him will be based upon his experiences, you know what I'm saying? Based upon what he has done and accomplished in this game, the projects he has put out, the artwork that he has put out. And I feel like this was kind of like this album to me felt like a quick refresher, just in case people forgot, why they call him one of the greatest to ever do it. And also, if you are a student of rap, take a listen to this. Listen to the way he really freaks and develops his sound. He really, it's not like a lot of albums, especially albums released by some of the people who've been doing it a while. It's just them showing, hey, I can do what y'all do too. But this didn't really feel like that. This felt like, this is what I do. This is what a Nas project is. Solid, sturdy bars, you know what I mean? Sturdy cadences and flows and very technical stuff, as well as a lot of stuff you can just vibe to and you can just sit back and listen, and a lot of riding music, a lot of, he understood what his audience was for this project, and Hit Boy understood what the audience was for this project. So definitely check it out. Some solid good features as well. Some solid good features on this as well. So that was definitely dope. I also listened to what is Big Crit's new project? I listened to Big Crit and I listened to Benny the Butcher as well. Hold on, I got y'all. A Style Not Quite Free. That was Big Crit's project. I love Crit's production on his tracks, and he's unapologetically a lyricist, a third coast Mississippi style lyricist. You can still tell the Houston influences. He talks a lot about it too, about being from Mississippi, how the large markets around him. He got to either from Mississippi, you got to drive all the way up to Memphis, right? Or you got to drive to New Orleans, Houston, Atlanta. Those are Nashville, Tennessee. Those are the markets. That's how far away he is from everything else, from all the other big markets. So, you feel like a stand. He often talks about how they don't really rock with that Southern rap on the, major hip hop industrial stage compared to, people who from these larger markets. So it's even if you are from a small market, like being here in Cleveland, I kind of get that because, all right, you got Detroit, you got all the way over to New York and Philly, or drive all the way down to Chicago, you know what I mean? Whereas if you are closer to those markets, you have better access to, a larger population of ears and eyes. But because of how social media is, a lot of that has changed. So now, him being at this point in his career, he expressing his identity of where he is as well. Some of it was hit and miss. I mean, some of it didn't work. A lot of it seemed very reachy for, and I mean, sometimes it lands, sometimes it don't. What up, Tay B, Zero? Shout out to everybody joining in on live. This is the Culture Club Radio. I'm just sitting here, talking about the different projects I've been listening to, giving my opinion of those, and then afterwards we're gonna talk a little bit about brands and stuff. What word am I looking for? The palette that he lays out for it, I can tell he's, experimenting with some stuff, dabbling here and there in a couple things, but also giving you some of his tried and true tones and topics and flows and vibes and stuff. So, he does what he does well. And sometimes you want to try to do some different stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I still would call this a solid project. This is a solid project for him. Is it his best? No. Is it his worst? In my opinion, yes. This is probably his. I'm not saying it's a bad album, but this is the worst project he has put out, in my opinion. Is it still worth a listen? Of course. He gonna give you some gems. It's Big Crit, but this is probably not his best stuff. I did listen to Pyrex Picasso by Benny the Butcher, and I'm liking what the whole Griselda crew has done. where they are is a lot of that guerrilla style lyricism, New York. He puts on for Buffalo real well. It's a lot of that. Once again, another situation where the lyrical content of it isn't going to resonate with me. I'm not a trapper. I don't sell cocaine. It's not going to resonate with me because I'm not that guy, So I know it ain't for me to resonate with, but I can still appreciate the level of bars. I can still understand what words he whipping around, the style that he whipping around. And Griselda, those boys, him, Conway the Machine, they the truth with it. They some of the best ones doing it right now. As far as lyricism goes, not a lot of guys is out rapping these dudes. As far as on the lyrical basis, right now, and they are consistent as well. This is like his 4th, 5th project in a couple years, and they keep doing it. They keep giving you bars. And a lot of you guys who complaining about old school hip hop being dead and all that other shit, what do you call this? You know what I mean? What do you call this type of traditional, guerrilla style lyricism, concept album type stuff? I mean, is it a shorter project? Yes. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting here waiting 2 years for somebody to put together 24 tracks. He gonna give you a solid project, something that you can listen to, a nice packaging to it, dope ass artwork for the cover too. Shout out to whoever the concept art designer was on this. They killed it. They slayed that shit. It's a dope little Picasso style, but you can see the dude whipping in the pot, with the Pyrex. The all that type of stuff, I ain't in that shit, but you know what I mean. I get what they doing. But yeah, it's a dope listen. I highly recommend it. Put your ears to it. I got a lot of catching up to do still. I've been listening to stuff. I'm just popping in on some stuff. Oh, I did listen to a couple tracks on that Dame Dollar track. I mean, Dame got bars. I can tell that his production is getting better and better as he is getting more comfortable with the idea that he is both a professional athlete and a lyricist. And I like that you can respect Dame as a lyricist, as a rapper, standalone. If you strip the NBA thing away from him, you can strip the professional athlete and brand away from him. And I feel like he still stands as a lyricist. Would I like to see him more active in the music community? Yes, but I get that that's difficult when you are also a professional athlete. It is what it is. And I know a lot of people not going to give him his respect as a musician until he does, which I guess that's respectable. I mean, for most people, he's an athlete who also raps. It is what it is. Real quick, more shout outs. Everybody popping in to the live. Give me 1 second. I'm double checking to see if I can see anybody, any new subscribers and stuff. Not so far. Once again, shout out to everybody popping in. Mo Clutch, EEKA, Scottis 2. Everybody popping in on live. Make sure y'all follow me at Michelangelo of Hip Hop on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Also, be hustle minded on Twitter. I'm trying to get more. I'm not a good Twitter user. I need to do better at it. Also, just so y'all know, Retrograde Arts will be launching some seminars and some meetups and doing private Zoom calls. If y'all want to learn how to not only just make music, but how to actually set up a profile page on some of these platforms like Spotify and Apple Music Spotify for artists and Apple Music for artists. That was difficult for me to get out. Also, how to, go about hiring someone to make graphics or making your own graphics, or how to make the most out of your phone to do content like I do, or to take pictures and make promo material like I do using your phone. You can do this. I will let y'all know as soon as I can make announcements and put links out, I will. Follow Retrograde Arts on Facebook, Instagram. I believe they have a Twitter as well and a Discord. So look up Retrograde Arts, and I'll try to get some links and stuff together for that type of stuff. I promise I will. If I don't, remind me. Put it in the comments. Like, hey, you forgot to put the information for Retrograde Arts in the description. I promise I'll get to it. But anyway, so the reason why I bring that up in some of the other stuff is so I work with a lot of artists, right? I get phone calls all the time. First off, let me talk to y'all. Let me talk to y'all real quick. I know last time I did my live, and I forgot the guy's name. Someone will remember from one of the previous episodes. Somebody left a comment talking about they was a dope producer, and I'm like, that's cool, but what does that mean to me if you're reaching out for networking purposes, right? I get a lot of calls here at the studio. People say, hey, you got studio time today? And I'm like, well, we normally don't do same-day booking because we are a professional studio, so we always got people in here working on stuff, and we ourselves are also musicians and entertainers, so we be on our downtime, we be working on our stuff, so our time is valuable to us, so we try to plot that shit out throughout the week. You get what I'm saying? We don't wake up every day and try to figure out what we gonna do. We figured what we gonna do today. We figured that shit out a while ago, because that's what professionals do. They figure it out ahead of time so they have a plan, right? So inevitably, I get people who call every fucking day wanting to book time today, okay? They want to book time today for a studio. And I'm like, no, we don't have it today. When would you like to come in? What's this? Here, as soon as I can get you in, is here. And I always ask them, what do you want to record, right? What do you want to make? And almost inevitably, they say, "Oh, I come in, I'll record like in a couple hours. I can do a whole song in an hour." As a professional, I'm no longer interested. I'm not, because what you are telling me is you rush through stuff. We lay tracks down in an hour doesn't tell me anything as a professional engineer and producer, because okay, I get it. You learn your song. You rap well. That's great. We trying to make songs. We trying to make music, right, bro? So that means if you saying you only want to book a small amount of hours, that lets me know you trying to hurry up and throw some shit together, and that's not how good music is made. We see that our favorite artists take months, if not years, to put together projects to release so that we have good content to hear. Because it turns out there's more to it than just recording the shit. And me as a producer, I don't want to put my time, effort, and expertise into something you gonna half-ass. You gonna rush and do, because now I got to put my name on it just for you to put some bullshit out, or not even if it is solid for the amount of effort and time you put into it. It's not going to be of the standard to what I operate on. I spend months and months crafting what I do. And even after I craft what I do, I spend months and months more marketing it and all that other stuff. So all that stuff has to go into it as well, and my time is worth all of that. So if you're going to call me, if you're going to call the studio and say, hey, I want to book some time, be prepared, one, to do it in advance. Schedule it. Let me know what I'm about to undertake with what you're doing. Because if all you doing is coming in and recording some words for me, I'm going to expect for you to have everything you need for me to just record that. If you ain't got none of that shit, if you don't have a beat, you know what I mean, that you've heard before to do it, what you are telling me is you're about to pay me to waste my time. That's what you're doing. So, no, I'm not available today. And if you want me to do something for you today, I'm going to have to upcharge you if I have that time available, because I need you to pay me for that time that you're about to waste for me. And I'm not to say that you can't record a dope ass song or some dope content in an hour, but if you're not approaching me in that way, like, hey, I just want to capture some content, some quick audio pieces. I want to come practice a song. I want to practice a recording. Cool. Come on in. I got 2 hours for you to practice recording. I got you, and I can coach you and help you develop your skills and that type of stuff. I'll be excited to do it. I will. I promise you I will. But if you call me and you got your balls in your hand and you like, yo, I'm the dopest thing to ever come. Let me just come bless you with 2 hours of me freestyling, and then I'm a go show all my friends and shit. I don't want no parts of that. I don't care how good that shit about to be. I don't. Because that's not what I do. I make music. We work on projects. We figure out what the marketing plan is going to be. We figure out what the presentation, what type of graphics, what the imagery is going to be for it. Who are we going to market this to? What type of sponsorships, advertisements? What is the licensing plan for it? How are we going to do all of that type of stuff? Because if you ain't ready to talk about none of that, I know for a fact, first off, you're not about to give me credit for this shit. No ways. You not. If you can't sit here and call me in advance and respect my time enough, if you don't respect my time, you definitely not about to give me credit for it. That's not about to happen. You gonna just fucking throw this shit up on your social media page or whatever. You're gonna upload it to SoundCloud. You're gonna upload it to iTunes or whatever, and it's just gonna be your name on that bitch. You about to tell everybody you made this shit, and it's gonna be a song about how you came up from the bottom. You know what I mean? You pulled up a beat from YouTube that you didn't pay for, none of that shit. And even if you did take the time to pay for the beat, you took the time to do all of that shit, and you wanted to rush through and record and put that shit out, then that means you're not, there's a lot of steps missing from this process here. If you're not booking time in advance and you're not respecting your engineer's time, you're not respecting the producer's time. And if all of that is null and void, then you could have did the shit your fucking self. So don't waste my time. Do it yourself. Cause you got it. You that dude. You the best. You started from the bottom, now you here. You know what I mean? Do that shit yourself. You should have equipment at home that you can record on. You already know better than me. You're already better than me, right? So just do the shit yourself. Don't waste my time. I promise. I hate to snap on people. I don't want to be that guy. But a lot of y'all, y'all not doing business right with people. So, and also, if you don't have a brand, don't call me telling me about how many followers you got. I don't care. I don't care. I got people who tell me, yo, I got 100,000 views on the video. I have a video right now up on my TikTok of me just dancing around doing a Batman cosplay, little funny bit. Dudes twerking and shit, and we dancing and shit like that to the girl talking about some pussy wet, like super soaker and shit like that. All right, that got 130,000 views right now. That's where that video is at. So you telling me you dope means nothing to me. You telling me how many numbers you did on your video means absolutely nothing to me. It doesn't. It's not going to get you in faster. It's not. First off, I don't want to do business with anybody who wants me to fuck over any of my other clientele for them. You could be Drake. On God, Drake could walk in and say, hey, I want you to clear your whole schedule. Fuck every piece that you're doing right now. Fuck them. I pay for all of that. I don't want to do Drake. I wouldn't want to do business with Drake because I know eventually that Drake money going to disappear. Drake gonna go to another city, work with another artist, because if he want me to say fuck my clients, he gonna say fuck me as his client. Simple as that. So no, I'm not gonna fuck over any of my other clientele for you. I'm not gonna do it. Okay? I've literally had people ask me to clear my schedule. Like, what if I drop 10,000 on you right now? All right, bet. I don't want it. Go take your $10,000, do some other shit with it. Because what am I going to do? It's going to cost me more than $10,000 to say fuck all my clients. I'll just have your $10,000, and I would have lost more than $10,000 worth of clientele. Because the people I regularly work with, they're worth more than $10,000. They are. Because they come regularly. They pay my bills regularly. You know what I mean? They I work with them regularly. You know what I mean? So that's your $10,000 right now don't do much for me. I'm going to get $10,000 from them, and I'm going to have a respect and a loyalty, which is worth way more than $10,000. You know what I mean? I'm going to have way more than that in a loyalty, which is invaluable, especially in the professional recording realm, because we know that there's another guy closer to you that can also do it. And also we know that sometimes you need a different sound. So somebody, hey, I know I normally work with you, but actually I want to try to work with this guy because I'm trying to get this sound for this project. And we got to respect it because we know what we are capable of as artists and as engineers and as professionals. You know, we get how that works. That's all right. I'm done with that rant. I spent too much time on it, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Okay? Anyways, brands, right? If I do get a chance, I might after I get done with this, I'm gonna reach out to Demetrius, and I'm gonna see if we can still do the live. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about with him, even if we don't do a live, we might do just like a one-on-one, and then I'll upload that. I wanted to do a live, but I'll see what we can do. Anyways, even if you as an athlete, or even if you're not an entertainer in any kind of way, let's say you're a crafter, right? You make little necklaces. You make these shits, right? I buy these shits, right? But if you want to start a business selling these things, you're going to need a brand. A lot of people don't understand what a brand is. And essentially what the brand is the representation of your business. Now, yeah, you can sell necklaces. You could be the person that sells necklaces. That's what you do. You make necklaces. But some people, they make necklaces, but their brand is more than just about necklaces. So, and people like, yo, why don't people buy my necklaces? I made the necklaces, and then I put them up for sale on the websites and stuff, and people aren't buying them. Well, because all you did was just make necklaces. You didn't make a brand. So when people are looking to buy necklaces, they don't know that you make them. They don't think about you when they think about necklaces. So you haven't established a brand. Your brand is what's going to make people think about you when they want the product that you make. You get what I'm saying? So let's say if you are a painter, right? And you paint, you want people to buy your paintings, right? But also you want people to think about you when they think about their art or the art that they want. So there's going to need to be a reason for them to get your painting. Sometimes your style is part of your brand. My father, if y'all watching live, you'll see. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust the camera. Bow. That's a original by my father, Michelangelo, Lovelace Sr. So he has his style. When people see this, they can identify immediately that it's something that my father made. It's not only just by, the way he put the acrylic on canvas, but also in the types of shading and blending that he does, the techniques that he uses, the lettering that he puts on the piece, as well as the way he uses letters and stuff to get his shapes And so you'll see words and stuff as part of the composition. He has his way that he does stuff. So when people want to get that style, when they want that flavor of art, they know to look for Michelangelo Lovelace Sr. And when certain topics come up in the art world, especially in the Ohio, art region, they think of him because they know he makes that type of stuff. And the reason why they know is because he tells everybody that he makes this type of stuff, and he talks about these type of things, and he makes paintings on this type of topic. So he made sure that he was in those communities. His artwork was displayed in those communities. A lot of billboards and murals and hospitals and stuff, because he worked in hospitals and he did artwork in hospitals, and he did pieces about the people, and when he released his sketch series that he did a few years back, he did them a long time ago, but he released them a few years back. He, talked about how, the nursing homes were affected by COVID and by, the relationships that are built in hospitals with the workers and the co-workers and the people who are really on the front lines battling this. First, real quick, I want to give I know y'all notice, if y'all live, y'all will see I have a donate little thing here. If y'all want to give to the American Cancer Society, please do. I know we talk a lot about COVID, and I hear a lot of people talk about, well, people forget like cancer. Don't know. No one has forgotten. No one has forgotten about cancer. And that's kind of part of the problem. People still fighting cancer, yo. But also they fighting COVID. And they fighting the flu. Ain't nobody forgot about the flu. Motherfuckers still dying from the flu. It's happening. It's still happening. And those same people who've been taking care of the flu and cancer and fucking AIDS and fucking STDs and fucking abortions and all that other shit, they also deal with COVID. Another motherfucking thing for them to fight right now. So when y'all say, what about cancer? Please at least give a fuck about cancer. All right? Give a fuck about cancer a little bit too. If y'all actually feel like, people shouldn't give a fuck about COVID, please give a fuck about cancer if you're going to bring up cancer in this discussion. So here's a donation box for you. If you give a fuck about cancer, go ahead, drop some money right on in there. Don't give it to me. Give it to cancer. Go ahead, do it. You can do that. Make sure y'all tune in live. If y'all give a fuck about cancer, tune in live. Donate that money straight onto the American Cancer Society, because y'all give a fuck about cancer. Don't just bring up cancer when y'all want to have some political argument about your ideologies and your political alliances. Don't just bring it up then. Get your money right here. Drop that shit off. Or donate your time or your effort or your resources to fighting cancer. Don't just bring it up in arguments against COVID, okay? Don't do that. Because it has affected a lot of people, and there's people who are fighting it right now. And they also trying to not catch COVID, because that don't help at all. The flu also wouldn't help a person who has cancer, just like cancer wouldn't help somebody with the flu. COVID wouldn't help somebody who's battling the flu, or Lou Gehrig's disease or whatever the fuck else people are still trying to fight and deal with on the day-to-day basis. So if you give a fuck about any of those things, help. Do what you can to help. If you're not going to help, shut the fuck up. Appreciate. Thank you. Bye. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. That was part of my dad's brand. Because he worked for years for Metro Health, so he talked about that. If you are an artist, you're going to have to do more than just make art. You're going to have to talk about stuff that people give a fuck about. Or you're going to have to make art about stuff that people give a fuck about and talk about it. And participate in those communities. Because won't nobody know that you make art about those things in that community unless you advertise your art about those things in that community by interacting with people in that community. Build your brand in those communities. Like, if you're an artist and you make art about music, be in the music community talking about art. If you make music about weed, be in the weed community talking about music. Wink, wink. Check out my music. Also, shout out to a lot of these new people who are getting involved in the cannabis community, the cannabis education community, because the only way we will be able to make it so that it's not so taboo to talk about these things on these public platforms is by continuously talking about these things on public platforms. Does that mean we gonna get copyright strikes? We gonna get content guideline strikes? Yeah, it's gonna keep happening until people get used to us talking about it. And there's going to be people who just not ready to talk about it because they have their misinformation and they have their fears and their experiences that affect them. So they're going to make reports and stuff on us for talking about it, even for just seeing paraphernalia in the video. It is what it is. It's going to happen. But if you want to build a brand on that, you got to be in that community. That's how it works. If you want to be a gangster, you're going to have to be in the gangster community and understand the costs of being in that gangster community. Motherfuckers go to jail. Motherfuckers die. So if that's the brand that you want to have, understand the consequences of being part of that brand. Just like if you call yourself an ally to any community, be comfortable in that community. I had somebody make a statement about that video that I said that did really well. Yes, there's a man in a dress who is representing Joker. And then there's another man next to him who's dressed up as Harley Quinn. He represents Harley Quinn, and he's twerking. The guy above him also makes LGBTQ friendly content. I don't know if he's in the LGBTQ community, whatever. All right, cool. That's cool. I make content, and I talk about comments. I talk about comics, and there's gay people in the comic community. So I'm going to have to interact. And yes, I will make content with homosexual people as a heterosexual man because I'm cool with that. I don't care. They're in my community, and I welcome them to the comic community. And I will interact and make content with LGBTQ plus people. That's just like, a lot of people talked about, Lil Nas X, he talked about how there's not a whole lot of straight black men who want to do content with him because he is a heterosexual male. I would love to do a song with Lil Nas X. I would. I personally think his music is good. A lot of people say, oh, that's trash. The only reason why they say that is because he's gay. Because they act like they wasn't jamming Old Town Road back when they thought it was just white people mad at a black dude making country music. But then they found out he was gay and, now it was some gay shit and they couldn't rock with that shit. I don't get it. I don't. I like the kid. I think he does dope shit. I ain't got to fuck him. I ain't got to fuck him to make music with him, and I will make music with him. Nas has made music with him. He did a cover. He did a remix of Old Town Road, and that's cool. It doesn't make Nas gay. It's cool. And even if Nas was gay, that would also be cool. I mean, some of y'all think too much about that shit. For real. Like, make content with the people in your community. Make content with the people who represent the things that are a part of your brand. And if you like a baby and you can't feel comfortable with gay people in your community, understand that there's going to be backlash from that community when you make those statements. Because those people, whether you like it or not, are in that community. They are also part of that brand that you represent. If you are a person who talk about twerking, understand that there's dudes out there busting ass open. So there might be some man butt jiggling around to your butt shaking music. That's going to happen, bro. If you talk about sucking dick, know that dude suck dick. So there's going to be some dudes sucking dick to your dick sucking music. And you just got to be cool with that. I made a song called Smoke Buddy. I understand that some people's smoke buddy might be another dude. To which I say, light one up for me too. Shit. Take a swig of Zinfandel, light one up for me, homie. Thank you for your support. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? So if y'all can't handle that, y'all can't rock with that, be that as it may. You know, if that's a reason for you to stop following me because you can't deal with the fact that I'm cool with gay people, I'm cool with that too. All right, you know, that is what it is. You know, I don't know what else I'm supposed to tell y'all on that. All right, because I understand that part of my brand is the smoker community, and that there are gay people in the smoker community. So, what up, homie? Puff one up, blow one, put one in the air for me. That's how that work. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because it's about an hour. I always keep my show to about an hour. After I get off this call, I'm gonna reach out to Demetrius. I'm gonna see if I can do another live or if I can at least get an interview with him, and that'll be some content that I can add to my social media pages. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Michelangelo of Hip Hop. Also follow the Culture Club Radio on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is this channel here, the Michelangelo of Hip Hop TikTok channel. That's where I host the Culture Club Radio Live. Sometimes I do it on Instagram because some of the, the interview system on TikTok Live doesn't quite work unless you have a lot of followers and stuff. And I don't only do interviews with people who have 1,000 followers. A lot of the people who I interview may only have a couple hundred, so that means I might have to take them to another platform. It is what it is. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. That have been said, make sure you follow me on all those platforms so that you can get all that content. I'm also have a fan base, and I'm getting better at uploading regularly to fan base. There's also some exclusive content coming to fan base, so follow me, subscribe to my fan base as well if you want that exclusive content. I'm also going to be getting more active on Patreon as well. The Retrograde Arts has a Patreon. If you subscribe to it, there's all kinds of benefits, and you can get one-on-ones and special stuff, especially if you want help developing your content creation, your brand development, as well as how to actually be an artist. If you want to supplement your art education, if you already go to school or something for art, or you take lessons for music or art or whatever the situation is, you can still subscribe to Retrograde Arts because there's a lot of information that we can help you with on how to turn those skills that you are developing into a career. Y'all know how I always end the show. We winding down the summer season. It's starting to get a little cold. I still got my Thought Boy shorts on. Hold on, let me give y'all a little view. I don't know if y'all see the short shorts. I got my little short shorts on, my little male booty shorts. Let these knees hanging. I'm getting my uncle knees together. I always tell people I can't wait to be. I mean, I'm a grown motherfucker's uncles nowadays. That's wild. I'm a grand uncle. I got nieces with babies. Ain't that some shit? Nephew having a baby. The fuck is that? Y'all having children? I ain't ready to be nobody's grand nothing. I'm 30-something. But it be like that. Motherfuckers be grown. Shit. Congratulations. Shit. Shout out to all my Chica Chi. And I wish I knew Contagious's son name. I don't. I suck at that. Call me out on it. I ain't shit. Terrible uncle. But I'm going to reach out to her too. See how her baby doing. Anyways, shout out to all the young ones coming in. I know the summer's winding down, and I know what that means for a lot of people. It's a rough time. Also, shout out to my big sister, Michelangelo. I done put your whole government out there. Your whole government first name out there. But no, for real, shout out to my sister, Hustle Bunny Love on Instagram. Look up Hustle Bunny Love, as well as Lovelace Lingerie, lingerie. She getting up there. I ain't gonna put her age out there, but notice she older than me, and I'm 30. I'm 33. She older than me. Put the rest of it together. I just fuck with I could do that to all my siblings and shit too. I'm like, look, I don't know how she told you she was. She older. I'm the youngest, and I'm 33. So do with that information as you. I'm just fucking with you. Shit. But yeah, happy birthday. Big love Put something in her Cash App. I'm going to find out what her Cash App is, and I'm putting it in the comment. Throw some shit to my sister. Happy birthday. But no, for real. You know, with the vaccine shit and the Afghanistan shit, hurricanes and shit, natural disaster every other fucking week. Lord, and Texas want to control how people. Look, I'm pro-life, right? But for me, pro-life means, you know, doing something about the lives that people are living and giving a fuck about how people living and wanting people to be happy and have help and, you know, fruitful, you know, easy to manage lives and helping, giving a fuck about people who are alive. And it don't start with just giving a fuck about the people who being born, but when they get born, if you pro-life, that means you give a fuck about life, you know, things that have it. And a lot of these girls who have life and they experiencing this thing, which is pregnancy and a life being coming into this world, they don't have a whole lot of options. You know what I mean? They ain't got a whole lot of help with the most important fucking thing that happens in human being life, which is being born. We need to help the only motherfuckers who pushing them shits out. You know, if we give a fuck about life, if we pro-life, we need to be doing something to help these people who bringing life into the world. If we gonna be anti-abortion, you know what I mean, then that, you know, sometimes I really feel like a lot of the people who claim that they pro-life are just anti-abortion and don't really give a fuck about life. And the only reason why they anti-abortion is because they feel like that's how they maintain their own personal power structure in life. So I don't know that. Once again, if you don't like that I said that, you can also unfollow me. That's cool. I'm cool with that. So with that having said, I'm over an hour now, and I can't be using up all my anytime minutes. Appreciate y'all who tuned in live. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If y'all having a hard time and y'all need somebody to reach out, my DMs are always open. I've had a young lady hit me up in my DMs. I guess she didn't realize that on TikTok, I be answering shit. I be responding. And she's like, everybody seeing videos, but nobody hold a conversation. I'm like, yeah, it be like that. And she's like, what? Yeah, oh yeah, catch this conversation. Catch this conversation. If you need somebody to talk to, I'll be there. I do. Sometimes I be needing somebody to talk to. Check in on your boy. Shit. For real. Check in with me. Make sure I'm all right. Shit. Motherfuckers be like, don't nobody care about me. Do you care about people? Make sure you reach out to people. Sometimes it'd be as simple as, hey, how you doing? I hope your day is good. Sometimes that be the thing. Just that, you know? So do that. And I'll try to do that as well. You know, just, y'all know the saying. Stick in there. One more motherfucking day. Say one nice thing to a person. Maybe that person, maybe somebody else is hearing this and they'll say that one nice thing to you. If you need somebody to come say something nice to you, hit me up. Like, yo, I need you to say something nice to me. And I'm a run that shit to you. You feel me? Stick in there one more motherfucking day. And I promise, I'll do the same. Hold on 1 second. I got an outro for y'all asses. Hold on. Wait. I'm going to hit this outro on y'all ass one time. And then we gonna get up out of here. Yeah, there you go. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.